Hey everyone. When I was a kid, I used to love the stories of King Arthur, the Round Table, Excalibur, that whole world, and the quest for the Holy Grail. And I'm on a quest today, and I want to invite you into a quest, and it's a quest for joy. The Bible says the joy of the Lord is your strength. So if you're feeling weak today, the answer's joy. And I've been honestly myself, not feeling a lot of joy at the moment. Exhausted, physically not at all good, and all the stuff that's going on. It's enough, isn't it, when we see the tragedy in Beirut, and having known for my whole life just what a volatile, horrendous situation it is there, and this on top of it, that's enough without everything else. So this is probably the most important quest you or I could be on, a quest to find joy. And I'll go back to some verses, you may have heard these before, in James 1, verse 2, he says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds." Consider it pure joy when you face trials. What the heck are you talking about, James? None of us go, yee trials. We are in probably the greatest trial corporately we will ever probably face and have ever faced. As individuals, as families, church families, nation. Consider it pure joy. The word consider means to lead. Your first leading thought. What dictates your thinking? What's governing how you think? Are you looking at lack? Is it need? Is it how you're feeling? Is it what you want? James says, lead with a belief and a trust in joy. Interesting, we'll come back to that. Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds. Surely that's completely opposite to everything that life teaches us. Joy is actually when there's no trials, when it's easy, when stuff is going well, when we get a win, when things work out, when life is full of peace and harmony. But it's the Bible, so either it's true or it's not. And we believe it is true, so there must be something quite astounding in it. The word trial here isn't just a really difficult time. It's a difficulty, a challenge that's there to bring you forward, to grow you, to enable you to get into something you weren't formerly in. So we're not talking about sin. If you're struggling with sin at the moment, if you're messing up, isn't it amazing? Jesus died for you. You can be forgiven. You can be washed clean. There's grace. Just come to him. We're not talking about sin. We can't say, oh, God has put a trial, a difficulty in me because I'm struggling with sin. So it's not about that. It's about the mess. It's about the stuff that seems to hinder us and hold us back, the things that get us down, the things, whether physically, spiritually, emotionally, nationally, that are there. And James is talking here about that actually within this stuff lies something incredible. Within the trial itself is actually the doorway into the things you really want. Because it goes on. So let's see where this leads. Consider, let your leading thought be joy, brothers and sisters, because these trials are doorways, they're opportunities to grow, to move into something. Because says James, the testing of your faith, that's what this trial is. It tests the faith. Produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so you may mature and complete, not lacking anything. I'd like to go around in my life going, do you know what? I don't lack anything. I don't lack enough strength, peace, patience, kindness. I don't lack enough of Jesus. I'm in love with him. I'm able to love people. I'm full of faith and trust in all circumstances. I don't complain or moan or get upset when I don't need to because I'm holding on to God. I don't lack anything. The testing of your faith, that's the trial. And it's not a testing, guys, that's made to make you fail. but it's actually a testing that's meant to make you succeed. These things that we're going through, God isn't, the purpose for them isn't just to be difficult or to get through it, but God is at work wanting you to fly even in the midst of these things coming at you. Consider it pure joy. Let joy be your leading thought, because the joy is this stuff, guys. All the things that are going on, they're not joyful, but God, if we let him, will work by grace to bring us, each one of us, to a place of not lacking anything, mature, complete, perfected in Christ, having the same relationship with the Father that Jesus did. That's worth getting a bit happy about, isn't it? Yeah? And we need a revelation to know that the stuff we're going through, guys, and it could get a lot worse, yeah? That within it all, God has the ability to turn those things for your good, to work through those things, to actually, that the things that seem to be holding us back, stopping us, preventing us, are actually the pathway into joy. I invite you into this quest. I need to go into it. Last night, I was feeling very miserable. It was about 1:30. My back was absolutely killing. And I'm exhausted and just thinking I'm not going to be able to sleep. And I just stopped and I thought, no, I'm not going to let this carry on with these thoughts, because it's not taking me to a good place. It's not taking me to Jesus. And so I had to take a stand and just go, God, enable me to think differently. That the stuff that's going on for me personally and the stuff we're all going through together is going to bring me Jesus. That the dream and the longing of my heart, the hope I have to know him and to see him and to be with him, these things can actually bring me into it. The longings I have for us as the Church of Jesus Christ. All my fears about this time and concerns and what ifs, that we could arise together as the people of God in our nation. Hope, forgiveness, mercy, grace, healing, salvation. Consider it pure joy. So, I invite you into a quest today, a quest for joy. An ability to transform our thinking, that the things that are happening to us, here's a good thought, everything that comes up the next few days, everything that difficult, wherever it comes from, let your first thought be, Jesus knew about this already. And he's already prepared everything I need for this. He knows the answer even though I don't. And actually within it all, that the trial, the grappling, the struggle is worth it. Because in this, I will fly. That's the good news. That's the gospel. Bless you guys. And may we have a leading thought of joy. Let joy fill our lives. Let joy fill our church. And may people ask us, why on earth